Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Am I too loud for you?
Nah, you're fine.
Perfect, dude. Pull some stuff out. Let's go into it. What kind of stuff have you been like really interested in lately, or has been catching your?
Terrence Howard has been.
Terrence Howard.
Yeah. Because it makes me wonder, man. Like, look at all the stuff that they've lied to us about. You know what I'm saying? Now we have someone saying something different, and they're pretty much not trying to listen. They're not trying to come to a bottom line. I want someone to come to a bottom line. I want someone important, someone who thinks they are a scientist or a physicist.
Yeah.
Come on down.
Established.
Yeah. Someone is. Thank you. Come on out. Sit down with this man and prove to me that he's bullshitting.
Well, I mean, look what the professors and the physicists say on Twitter. Just go on Twitter and go in the search and type in Terrence Howard. Look how much hate he gets from like the real academia.
He is a movie star.
He is.
He's just a movie star. He is a movie
He's
star.
richer than all of them, that's for sure. They probably don't like that. Like, who's this motherfucker trying to take away what we have? This is all we have.
Oh man.
But so like okay, this is one of the biggest takeaways for me on the JRE. Let's listen to it. What's this? Can we listen to this? All right.
5 public draft.
Turn it up, please.
And if you go to page 64, on the right side of the page, right there, on the left side of the page, you'll see the 5 atomic solids. Now all of our axioms, all of our postulates have been built off of these things. This is what Euclid went down to Egypt and pulled these things together. Pythagoras worked on them, and these were the undisputed fundamentals of God that he used to build. If you tap onto the flower of life, platonic solids things, it's going to take you to a video. Turn it to video, but it'll show you.
Remember what I was telling you about the flower of life?
Right.
How it kind of expands?
Right.
That's not a bad theory.
But you'll see that instead of following the natural curvature of these 64 circles overlapping, they averaged the space where they met, and they invented straight lines.
Why did they do that?
Because they believed that the world was flat. They believed the world was flat at the time.
I mean, humans did believe the Earth was flat.
Yeah.
But what he's saying is just so controversial that I like what you said. I want to see someone come out there and debate him about it. And I think there's going to be someone, and it's going to be big soon.
Okay.
There's this guy named Graham Hancock.
I know him.
Right. So then Joe Rogan sometimes will have like a guy who's completely a skeptic, and have him on, do a debate, and it turns out awesome. Sometimes he might lose some people, he might gain some people.
This Graham Hancock, isn't he some kind of historian?
Yeah, so the thing about Graham Hancock is he has this thing called the Younger Dryas impact theory, which is basically that, I mean, I'm sure you would subscribe to this just as I have, where the pyramids were built by something much more, than we understand.
Right.
Much more than we understand. And in the past, we could have been as advanced as this or more, maybe in a different route of maybe with our mind, maybe with our spirituality, something about shamanism, you know what I mean? Like a big amount of shamanism was like the thing that influenced the culture back then. So people were like in search of spirituality and love and like this utopia. And we built it. It was beautiful. And we were hit by a comet, a cataclysm. Right. So the idea is all this stuff that we can't make sense of, thousands of years ago, like they're finding pyramids right now, like 30, 40,000 years old pyramid. Like, who the fuck are building these things, and like they have it where there's like no test pyramids around. It's not like they've been doing this, like build a smaller one, a bigger one. It's like Boop, right there, big ass pyramid in the middle of the fucking jungle, in the middle of Mexico. Where did the idea of the pyramids come in? Where they were doing it in Egypt, they were doing it in South American tribes, they were doing it all across these like different islands, and now there's tons of pyramids in China. You heard about this? Pyramids all over China that like they won't let anyone inspect.
Right.
You know, weird shit. So where did this knowledge of pyramids travel along throughout the whole world? And then they start talking about things like Atlantis. You know, the lost city of Atlantis, and how Plato describes it as being this amazing place where knowledge was flowing, and it was beautiful and abundance, and it was like this place on the coast with 3 rings, and we all lived into it's kind of like an oasis, I guess.
Right.
And the seas rose and destroyed the civilization. And then Plato wrote about this, and he got this information from someone named Solon, who got this information from Egypt when he traveled to Egypt. So the idea of Atlantis came to Plato, from Egyptian historians who were like a part of what the pyramid was going on, like they really understood what was going on. You have all these different libraries in Egypt. The Library of Alexandria got completely burnt down. You know how much knowledge was probably in there that we just lost? How much stolen knowledge is out there that they're not releasing to the public? So I believe that these pyramids were built by something much greater. We date back, like, I believe we were something like a sort of, imagine, like, the way I theorize it is like a Wakanda.
Right.
It's like we used to be like that, but something happened. A meteor came down and fucking crashed on us. That's the story. Because every religion, what do they speak of? A great cataclysm,
right.
A great flood, a great ending.
Right.
Why do they all speak of the same ending? Because it happened, and they're warning us for the future.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
And whatever that was knocked us down.
Correct.
One level.
And then we lose. No, we got knocked down hard, because then what happens is, okay, so let's say we're in this beautiful civil right now. Me and you are in LA, right close to the LA towers.
Right.
We're around everything. Mm-hmm. Let's say a meteor hit right now, and the only and like, what would happen? People can't survive with infrastructure collapse. They'll kill each other. They'll do insane stuff. We already talked about this.
Yeah.
You know, like these Californians most people are not ready for that type of get down if it came to it. So you're gonna have to deal with the issue of, okay, how do we get out of the city? Who's gonna be the most well off? Hunter gatherers, people who are already in that environment.
Yes.
Like my people back in like Lebanon, you know what I mean, or like your people back over in Nigeria, right? Like they know how to get by off nothing if they have to, and band together and work together. But they might not have all the knowledge. You see what I'm saying? So like there's people who survived from this great cataclysm, and they spread out into these different hunter-gatherer and village-type people, and taught them this great technology and how to build pyramids and how to extract knowledge from frequencies and electricity. This is the theory again. This is the theory that Graham Hancock, I'm pretty sure I have it somewhat right. I think he'd be proud of me if he heard it. But what do you think about that? I mean, like when you look at, like, let's look at the pyramid for a second. Like when you think about the vastness of that pyramid, the size of those stones, how far they went to get them, how grueling the work must have been with malnourished slaves. Yes. How could that be done? Was
it done by slaves? I mean, the weight of those each of those blocks, and the precision, how precise each one of those blocks are sitting on top of each other.
Well, when you look at the pyramid from the top, you know it has 8 sides, right?
Right.
Yeah, so I don't even know what that means either. Like, I think it's something to do with, like, oh, like the pyramid is perfect north-south, or there's all these things they say that the pyramid is, you know. And
their exact location on the earth, when you look at it from space. I think all that means something, too, from what I heard.
I think what the main theory is, or, like, the leading conspiracy on it is that it was some sort of power plant. Some sort of communication and power plant. And the way they figured that out is by the different types of stones that are inside, with like different quartz and all these different stones that they use that like specifically channels frequency. A lot of stuff Terrence Howard was like talking about. And, you know, there were these like resonators inside of the pyramid where like there's slots for them, and these were something like Tesla coils. And the pyramid could have been something like that. And then and there was water. There was like a water under it, like an aqueduct or whatever it's called. And the sound of the water did something with the quartz and the frequency and the fucking Tesla coils. I'm butchering it.
And the cap is gold too.
Yeah, where did the cap go?
Yeah, what happened?
What billionaire stole the cap? Get me the cap.
Yeah. This is interesting. Look at that.
Yeah, well, I mean, all these guys are talking about this right now. Obviously, anyone like Neil Tyson, Degrassi, or all these guys are blasphemous. What is this? Heresy. You know what I mean? Like they fucking laugh at this. You know what they say the pyramid was? What the theory behind the pyramid was? It was built by King Khufu, for King Khufu, and he was never even buried in there. He was never even found in there. Not a single pharaoh has ever been found in a pyramid.
Okay, what about, how do you explain all the ones in Mexico, like you just said, the one in China? How do you explain all those?
Okay, see, that's the interesting stuff, is how did the knowledge get all the way there? You know what I mean? And then it just doesn't make sense to me. You know what I mean? It's like, why are there pyramids in multiple why not just a square house? Why not a square or a circular too, straight up? What was this fascination with pyramids? What did it mean?
Landing pods.
God damn, this Hawaiian punch is good.
Landing pods.
You want one?
Oh no, I got this. These pyramids are landing pods for aircrafts.
Look how big! Look at that thing, man. Find out how much does the pyramid weigh? How much does the Great Pyramid of Giza weigh? Okay, go to all images. Beautiful. The pyramid weighs approximately 5.7 million tons. 5.7 million tons. Let me say that again.
I can't even wrap my mind around that.
The whole structure of the Pyramid of Giza is estimated to weigh 5.7 tons, with each of the 2.3 million blocks of stone in its structure weighing around 3 tons. Okay, type in Baalbek, Lebanon. Baalbek. LB, right there, you got it, Sybil. Okay, so there's this place in Lebanon that I've visited many times. Listen, Pios, there are stones there bigger than this house. I'm not, one stone. No lines, no cracks. One stone, a perfect square like this fucking house, and it's just sitting there in the floor. Who the fuck is moving that thing, huh? Look at that stone. I think that was it. Go back. Go back. Yeah, press the back arrow. One more. Boom. Is that it? I don't know. That could be it, but it was just, type in Baalbek stone, large stone, Larg stone. Beautiful.
Yeah,
okay, yeah,
it.
That's it right
That's
there.
The Whoa.
Look at that motherfucker.
That puts it in perspective with that dude
piece.
standing there.
One piece. It's one piece. It's one piece, man. That's mind-blowing to me.
Look how smooth it is, too.
Yeah. Oh, brother. Those pillars that you were seeing earlier in the picture, you touch them, they're like glass. I'm like, how is this thing like glass? It's like that someone, maybe they polished it afterwards, but
with what?
The marble was like, it was so smooth. And people joke around out there, like a lot of the tour guides out there, say that aliens did it.
It's not out the question, man.
So what, were we visited in the past?
There's a possibility. It hasn't been proven wrong. As long as it hasn't been proven wrong, it's a possibility.
Do you think there was a deal made with the aliens and the U.S. government's hiding it?
I'm not 100% because, I wasn't there. But I wouldn't put it past them. I mean, look how much they lied to us. Yeah, look how much they lied to us. There are places that we cannot go. We can't go to some spots in Antarctica. We can't go to some parts in the Grand Canyon. Why? Why can't we go? You care about me so much. You care about my health. Something might happen to me if I go to this location in Antarctica. Why?
That's so weird. Yeah.
What about these great walls that I hear about in Antarctica? What's going on? Why can't we see these
the
things?
pyramids in Antarctica. There's pyramids there too.
There's giant walls there.
Type pyramids in Antarctica.
Okay, let's check
Have
that
you
out.
seen this?
No, I haven't seen that.
Talk about fucking pyramids in Antarctica. I think it's pyramid in that. There are multiple matches for pyramids in Antarctica, including a peak and a formation that some researchers believe may be man-made. The pyramid, a small distinctive peak on the west side of the Kotelets Glacier, just south of Pyramid Trough. The British Antarctic expedition of 1910-1913 is thought to have first used the name. So I mean, but you know the geography of, or the, like how Earth used to look back then was different. There used to be land on
Pangea.
Yeah, like Antarctica used to have land on it. It used to be sunny, I think, and there was maps. There's maps that were taken, or no, maps that were drawn out by famous Turkish explorers from the great Turkish Empire, Roman Empire, Turkish Empire, and they had maps that were like completely different than what you see right now, and like they drew them all out where like they show the specific animals that are on those continents too, and Antarctica had all these animals on it. Go on Google, type in Turkish Empire world map. Oh, I don't even think we're gonna find it like that. It's a certain guy who made it. No, that's not what it is. Oh shit! Type in ancient Turkish. Ancient. Scroll down a little bit. I mean, no. I mean, these all look weird, but it was something specific where. See, like, so press like one of those where you can see the animals on it, you know, like, so like they'll draw in what animals are on that continent, kind of, and like what to expect there. Right. And Antarctica was completely different, so they could have definitely. I mean, when you look at all these different places with all these same monuments, you know, in all these different places that speak of someone visiting them, a great being descending from the sky. You know, the Chinese have one called the Golden Emperor, I think is what it's called. Okay. And it's basically he saw the people of Earth hungry and weak and sad, and he descended down and taught them agriculture and taught them the wheel, and taught them a bunch of these the plow. And when his time was up, he jumped on a golden dragon and ascended into the sky. So what does that sound like? When it's a story, he hopped on a spaceship and got out of here. He descended from a spaceship, communicated, listen, I see you guys are struggling. I'm gonna kickstart your civilization a little bit, and he did that, and they worshipped him as the Golden Emperor. Type in the Golden Emperor on Google so you can get a look at this. I think it's the same emperor. Let me make sure I'm not mistaken. The Golden Emperor, yes sir. Images, Yellow Emperor, yes, Yellow Emperor is what his name was. Oh yeah, but it's awesome stuff, man. So apparently he descended from the stars, descended from the sky, taught them all these things, hopped on a golden dragon, and left. And you have, I mean, I think there's a few other stories. Story of Ezekiel. You know Ezekiel? He saw the sphere within a sphere, and it was glowing, and it had these beings inside of it. It's a fucking spaceship. You get what I'm saying? So there was alien presence. A good thing that I started to believe was we were hit with a cataclysm. We were a beautiful society that was visited frequently by these aliens, and we welcomed them, and they loved us. And we loved them, and they would sometimes take some of us with them to traverse the stars. And we were a society of like shamanism, who like they wanted to traverse, but we wanted to traverse our minds. You get what I'm saying? So it's like there was a difference between us and the aliens that were coming, but we still respected and loved each other. Because once you ascend to that point, there's no need for killing or destroying. It's all for wonder and imagination, exploration, and seeding civilization on new planets. You know what I mean? Making the universe fertile. So basically, in my opinion, I think we got hit. We were advanced in the shamanism way. We were a beautiful race of people who love to just use our brains and build amazing monuments. And the seas rose and crumbled and rose and fell, and it's like, how much shit has been washed away. We don't even know what's going on. Like, how much land there used to be that was washed, now is completely underwater. And where do humans most live by? the ocean where it's
Right.
fruitful with food and
Right.
good growth. You can grow everything there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And
we've
underwater.
only explored what, some 5-10% of the ocean so far.
Yeah, that
There's
too.
so much more out there.
That too. So and then we have these things coming in and out of the ocean all the time. In and out. What are these things coming in and out of the ocean? Captain David Fraser's talking about. You know Captain David Fraser, the incident, the Tic Tac incident they call it. It was a spaceship, looked like a Tic Tac moving in erratic ways
In the ocean.
in the sky, and then I think it went into the water.
Okay.
Yeah. Have you seen the video?
No, I haven't seen that one.
Type in Commander Fraser video on YouTube. Commander Fraser UFO video on YouTube. Let's see that one. No, it's go on YouTube. Yeah, go on YouTube.
Commander Fraser.
Just click enter. Boom. And then Commander Fraser FRASIER UFO enter. Right there, second one. No, it's, I don't know if we can play that. Down. We'll find a better video. Just right there. Just play one of the shorts. The shorts. Right there, yeah.
As we looked around, we noticed that we saw some whitewater off our right side. It's important to note that the weather on
I've
this
seen this
day
guy
was as
before.
close to perfect as you could ask for off the coast of San Diego. Clear skies, light winds,
San Diego.
no whitecaps from waves. So the whitewater stood out in a large blue ocean. All four of us, because we were in F-18Fs, so we had pilots and Wizzo in the back seat, looked down a small, saw a white tic-tac object with a longitudinal axis pointing north-south and moving very abruptly over the water like a ping pong ball. There were no rotors, no rotor wash, or any sign of visible control surfaces like wings. As we started clockwise towards the object, my Wizzo and I decided to go down and take a closer look with the other aircraft staying in high cover to observe both us and the tic-tac. We proceeded around the circle about 90 degrees from the start of our descent. The object suddenly shifted its longitudinal axis, aligned it with my aircraft, and began to climb. Our altitude at this point was about 15,000 feet, and the tic-tac was about 12,000. As we pulled nose onto the object, within about a half mile of it, it rapidly accelerated in front of us and disappeared. Our wingmen, roughly 8,000 feet above us, lost contact also. We immediately turned back to see where the whitewater was at, and it was gone also. As we looked
There
around,
was
we
a
noticed
study.
we saw some whitewater off our right side.
I think
It's
no,
important
there
to
was
note that the weather on
experiments
this
for
day was close to
anti-gravitation,
perfect. You could ask for
anti-gravity
it.
propulsion. So you don't need any propulsion. You see like something that creates anti-gravity, like a field of anti-gravity around a ship, right? And they can just go wherever they want, like in
Right.
fucking seconds. So
Right.
this science was being studied insane in the 50s and 60s, and all of a sudden, zip, you don't hear a thing about it anymore.
I think.
Do you think that's us, or do you think that's aliens?
I think Terrence Howard was just talking about something similar to that.
Hidden energy?
Yeah, what
Yeah,
you
well,
just described.
Yeah, correct. Okay, so Terrence Howard was saying how he told Neil Tyson DeGrassi that he loves Tesla and all these
Yeah.
great geniuses, and he kind of ridiculed Tesla from what he said, and said that Tesla, if he would have done this and that, it would have been better for him. You should go look at these guys instead.
Right.
But I think Tesla was on the stuff Tesla was saying about the pyramids, and I don't think he was I don't know if he was saying about the pyramids, but he made something called the Wayfair Tower,
Right.
where he was basically recreating like a power plant that can send free electricity. You know what I mean? It would obviously fry every microchip in the area, but like there's certain maybe ways they can get around it eventually.
Right.
But Tesla was pushing for this energy, this new energy. It'll go straight to you, right? You don't need to plug anything. It's just plugless energy. It's insane. And once, and then he was working with J.P. Morgan, and J.P. Morgan owned AT&T, and then he owned a General Electric, which is an electrical company sending
Right.
electricity,
Right.
and he owned the timber mills that made the electricity poles,
Right.
and he owned the mills that made the copper wiring for the phone. So he owned everything power and sending powered people. J.P. Morgan owned it, and now he hears of a guy named Nikola Tesla who's trying to make direct energy for free. It's kind of weird how when he died, all his work was taken
Oh, yeah.
so quickly. How his house was completely raided and all his information was taken. Who
That's
knows?
how it goes. That's how it goes. I mean, look at the dude that first came up with the hydro
Oh yeah.
automobile. Same thing with him too.
I wish I knew more about that, but there's been a few stories of people having some accidents when they discover
Hey,
something.
The
like
last
that.
the last guy I remember, this black fella, he got shot up in in a shootout in a grocery store. He got shot up in a. He was working on it, and I believe it was some kind of security guard, something. Don't quote me, but he was working on it, and for some reason, some dude drove about 2 hours to this store to shoot it up and shot him while he was at it. I can't remember the guy's name.
You know, it's so funny because the rise in crime, all this stuff blends in. You know,
Yeah.
all this. What about the Boeing whistleblower who just committed suicide and he was about to pop the whole lid on the thing?
How convenient.
Yeah, he parked his car and shot himself. I think he shot himself and hung himself, something like that.
After he parked the car.
Yeah, after he parked. It's so funny, man. And then you get these like Boeing CEOs come out there, turn to the family. I apologize for making $24 million a year.
Yeah.
Because we're using fucking dish soap
Yeah.
for lubricant, and we're dumb. We're stupid and dumb is what they are. That's all they are. Stupid and fucking dumb.
Oh, they just don't give a damn.
They don't give a shit.
Yeah.
They don't give two shits.
Yeah.
Oh, we can save this much by using these shitty shitty material and putting it in our fucking planes, carrying American citizens.
We're here to cut costs, man.
Carrying businessmen, doctors, people who assist this economy and infrastructure. And we're just putting them in these shitty fucking death traps. Hey, bye-bye.
Yep.
No.
Collateral damage.
Yeah,
you can be replaced.
And you want to know something about Boeing? You can never take it down.
Why?
Too many government contracts.
Oh, yeah.
They're
too invested.
The government needs Boeing. They need Boeing.
They are Boeing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, basically, like, the government will never let Boeing fail. There's companies that, you know, like, you heard the company's too big to fail. It's too big to fail because the American government's relying on them. It's not just like, oh, they're so big, but the government needs them. Like, even Tesla, as much as the New World Order hates Elon Musk, they need him because he's fucking advancing the whole satellite thing. And, you know, okay, this is just a conspiracy theory I have. Have you seen how many fucking satellites this fool Elon Musk has in the sky? Please pull up like that little video.
I saw like two go up like 2 days ago, a few days ago.
And you're telling me this is all for internet?
For something.
Just for internet,
It's
right?
for
It's just for internet.
Hey, remember the first time we saw one of those things flying through the sky? And then now you look at, oh, it's Elon again. It's normal now.
That's so fucking true.
It's normal now.
I love the guy.
Yeah, it's cool.
I like anyone who's for advancing humanity. You're gonna have to go on Twitter, bro, I think, and type in. Oh no, maybe that was it. In the shorts, number of Starlink satellites. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, and then who knows how old this is? Look at this.
It's one every month.
Look at it. It's like a swarm around the
Damn.
planet. We're still in 2020. Yeah, look. That's crazy, huh?
It's a
Force
human,
field.
It's a brain.
What is happening right now, man? What is happening? We're on the brink of something big. I want to know what the fuck is going on.
Neuralink is already up.
So,
It's
Well-
already open for human trials.
Neuralink is interesting to me because it's the whole brain chip thing. Let's
Yeah.
be real. You know what I mean? So it's like, what do you mean brain chips? All right, helping me? Sure. But what's going to happen in the future when you can install this brain chip and pull out, you know, any quote you want or understand anything in a second by just thinking it? Like, oh,
Just
let me
download it.
Yeah, let me talk about fucking I don't know. Let me talk about geology with this guy. Let me talk about philosophy with this guy. And, like, it's right there in your brain. You don't have to really think about it. It's kind of like it just goes, you know what I mean? Like, you just start to lean into the thought and it, like, spews it out so beautifully and eloquently with, like, perfect, you know, everything. And then we're going to get to that point, and the people who don't have that are going to be behind big time.
And that's a good part. What about the evil part?
The evil part is we're not going to get that technology first.
Like
So let's say you can implement a chip. You put a chip right now in Joe Biden's brain. He's
Right.
fucking a doctor or some shit like that. He's
Right.
smart as hell.
Right.
The humanity's never getting that.
What
You
about-
got to be the top guys.
Like
you got
a
to be.
hacker?
No, you got to be never. You have to. No, I'm talking about this like technology. They're gonna have to put in your brain. You know,
Yeah.
like if we really want to become immortal, right? Let's go back to the immortality question. If we want to become immortal, we're gonna have to bring the brightest and smartest minds in to get us into that direction, and they're gonna have to be separated in different departments. So like you have the brain department, you have the AI department.
Right.
The AI is the big one.
Right.
Okay, because the AI, I think, is going to understand everything about us, and basically, it'll have like a replica of us, even if like the spirit's not there, it'll have a replica of us, pretty much who we are, exactly. And then you have the Neuralink stuff. So what I'm thinking is there's going to be a point where they're able to preserve the brain indefinitely. Where they do something around like the age of maybe 75, they sever the head like quick laser way and do some shit and like preserve the brain in a certain, just the brain, and then are able to implement it kind of like in a body. Have you seen the movie Get Out?
Yeah.
Imagine something like that, like they could put it in the body of like some young athlete now. You know what I mean? But it's a robot. It's got like wires and stuff inside of it. You know what I mean? But it's a robot. But the brain is preserving, and it has like a perfect strong casing around the brain that makes sure it doesn't die. Or it could have like a Wi-Fi thing where like your brain is in like some bank, right? And you're being Wi-Fi transmitted into these bodies.
Yes.
And your family has to pay for it to keep you immortal.
And that's exactly how I'm thinking the hijacker will break into that chip, into that mind, and
I see what you're saying. So we need someone like Neo to crack the whole code.
Something like that. I mean, we have hackers all over the place that are attacking these LAUSD, for example.
Yeah, but
they
they're
could
not.
attack
Listen,
all the.
listen,
I'm just saying. There's gotta be.
Yeah.
There will be someone. There's always someone.
The one who would? Didn't you think Elon Musk is the one?
Well,
he's the one.
I don't think he will hijack his own product. I'm thinking someone else, like QAnon or something. I'm just throwing.
Yeah, no, of course. See, the thing about QAnon and like all these side conspiracy theories is like there's real conspiracy theories out there that we need to be looking into. But when they throw out, so like, okay, 9/11.
Yeah.
Well, we should be looking into 9/11 big time.
Right.
That's really weird shit that happened. How did the terrorist's passport survive the plane crash and fall onto the ground? Please look in the
what I remember?
Messages. I have something about 9/11.
You know what I remember?
Huh? You remember 9/11?
Oh
Tell
yeah,
me.
I was in college. The day before, I remember Donald Rumsfeld on TV talking about, I don't know what happened, but $2 trillion or so, $2 to $3 trillion has gone missing.
Yeah.
We don't know what happened, but we're on it. Blah 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 blah. I go to sleep. I wake up,
yeah,
and
I
it's
remember
total
that.
chaos. Total chaos.
$2 trillion gone.
Some just disappeared. No one talked about it till today. That money's still gone. No one has even.
Listen, Trump said he's going to release the JFK files. He needs to release everything on 9/11. And I think the thing about 9/11 is it implicates some people that at home and abroad, and those people, we don't want them to look bad, kind of thing, you know. So I think, there's a lot of sketchiness because there was like some Saudi Arabia stuff involved. There was like some little Israeli stuff. There was tricks everywhere. There was tricks in the mix. That was for sure. Let's watch this for a second, please.
How could Muhammad Atta's passport survive the fireball explosion
Right.
that supposedly cremated him, fly out of his pocket, fly out of the incinerated plane, flutter to the ground into 2 feet of debris, and end up in readable condition in the hands of investigators?
Well, that's
all
simple.
Within 48 hours.
He tossed it out the window
Why
before
do
he
Muslim
crashed.
men even
insane.
need passports on domestic flights? How were passports found but not the plane's voice recorders? Why did the hijackers need passports they would never use again after their suicide flights? And why were the 19 accused Muslims not under surveillance on 9/11 if they were so easy to identify? The conspicuous trail of planted evidence continued 3 weeks after the 9/11 attacks, when anthrax letters killed 5 people and were clearly worded to throw the blame on Muslims. Death to America, death to Israel, Allah is
False
great.
flags.
It has since been proven that the anthrax came from a U.S. Army lab and was never mailed by Muslims. There are no airport security videos of any of the 19 accused Muslims boarding any of the hijacked planes.
USA. Listen, like they're saying, that's our anthrax. All right, this shit's all false flags. Look at that fucking letter, what it said. So just look at the letter. Who they're saying in the letter, kill, death to here, death to there. That's who did it. The people who are in the death too, that's who did it. And it's to make them look bad. It's to destroy them, to destabilize the Middle East. They are sitting on liquid gold. Nothing but liquid gold. They don't want these, I'm sorry to say this, but they don't want these Arabs to have the fucking all that money. Like, you know what? We'll give it to the crown princes. Hook them up so people think, oh, we're all cool with the Middle East. Look, culture. Yeah, look, culture. You know, the Saudi Arabians are the pinnacle of what the Middle East is. We're going to do all the trade with them. No, the only reason we're doing trade with them is because we have a fucking deal with these San Francisco oil maniacs from like the I don't know. You know, Osama bin Laden was like a child of one of the guys who, from the royal family. So like the royal family had this one guy who built the oil refineries or whatever. He was like the main coordinator of it. Right. And one of his sons was Osama bin Laden. He had like 14, 15 kids. Right. And Osama bin Laden goes through his life and stuff like this. So it's like everything we touch sprouts out a terrorist. Right. I haven't seen a terrorist sprout unless we've touched it. Right? And then it's a false flag. It's all false flags. I mean, these guys' passports are surviving. They fucking know who these guys are.
That was garbage, that passport drama.
I mean, and then as you can tell in this video, this is like old. You know, this is an old documentary, like before people really lied on the media.
Well, they were lying. They've always lied. We just didn't know. We couldn't disprove what they were saying in real time. The internet was what changed the game. Once the internet came, that's when people started fact-checking.
I always have this theory. Can't the internet can just be rigged? If you think
it could
about
be rigged
because we use Google,
could be rigged,
right? We use Google,
yes.
So Google can wash it.
That's true.
That's why we need Elon Musk.
That's
to make
true.
a web browser.
But now think about this. You still have the same news sources.
Yeah.
Without the internet, the same news sources.
We'd be fucked.
What they tell you is all you have. What they write in a newspaper is all you have. Now you have the opportunity of the internet. Even if you don't go to them, you can go to several different sources, and then you can put things together yourself, and then come up with a logical answer.
Beautifully said.
That's what we have today, and that's why we can disprove a lot of this nonsense that these people are posting.
Have you seen the viewership count on all these news things? How much
it's
CNN?
Going down.
It's like
it's
nothing.
Going down. Nobody
like
wants to hear that nonsense.
100,000. Any article on Twitter, 5 million, 7 million, 12 million, 3 million. No, just information, all sides.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to know when the apocalypse is going to pop off before anyone else, be on Twitter.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then you'll hear about it. Trust me, you'll hear about it. Yeah, I mean, look at the cable news ratings. Look at it. It's just down. Look at Fox right there when Tucker Carlson left. You see that?
Yeah.
Tucker Carlson sacked. Bottom left. That red one.
Yeah.
Look at that. Tucker Carlson left. Bye-bye. Your show's gone. Half gone.
Yeah.
Now Tucker Carlson is on Twitter doing $4 to $10 million a fucking episode, and he can have anyone he wants on.
Yeah.
He just says the name, they come on.
Because he's credible.
Yes, he says the name. The only people that won't come on a show are people that are captured by Satan.
Right.
And whatever kind of weird game they got going on.
Hey, he's allegedly the number one guy in line to interview the fella that just got let out of jail.
Oh,
the
yeah.
Reporter.
No, I didn't even think about that. You know, you're 100% you're right.
A song?
100% you're right. Yeah, it's going Tucker Carlson first or Joe Rogan. Joe
probably Tucker.
Joe
Tucker
needs
is
to
more.
get it.
Joe is more the voice of the people. Tucker is he
attacks.
the reporter.
Yeah,
he is the number one reporter. I mean, he just sat down with Putin not too long ago. Yeah. When everyone was saying, "Hey, don't do it, don't do it,"
and they ridiculed him. They ridiculed him for not listening to what the guy had to say, for not interrupting him.
Yeah.
Like, what are these people?
Why should he?
Dumb? No, let him speak.
Yeah.
Like, what? We should have went to Ukraine. Just going into Ukraine, I'm gonna go down an hour rabbit hole, right? These are the most. Let me make it simple. These are the most corrupt motherfuckers in the world over here in Ukraine. You understand what I'm saying? We sent $200-300 billion to these fools. They built a couple log cabins and called them bunkers.
Yeah.
Okay. They're sending children, 20, 30-year-old fucking girls, cute girls, to die on the battlefield because they're stupid. They're stealing men from the house who are like 45 years old, 38-year-old men with children in the streets. Look at. Please, but before this, pull up a video of them, Ukraine recruiting. Just type in Ukraine recruiting. See how they pulled them from the fucking street with their family. They have their kid with them. Like, no, you're going to war. It's time to die. It's time to die in the fucking meat machine. Ukraine recruiting. Oh, here we go. Simple.
Wow.
One more disgusting footage from Ukraine and recruiters trying to take this man to jail. So he has to go to war. He either goes to war or dies, or goes to jail in like the gulag, the gulags. Yeah, time for war.
They're beating that fool down right there.
Yeah, it's time for war. You trying to reject war? Look, his mother is like, no.
Slapping his mom.
Look at his mother. Don't take my son, please, to war. That's probably what she's saying.
This is madness.
Next, yeah, no, this is what we're saying $300 billion to. Next, let's see. On that subject. Go back to that subject. What's this? Across Ukraine as Russia launches attack.
Look at the guy. He's covering himself. Wow.
No,
it's a false flag,
way.
man. Look at him covering himself.
Is this a troll? This is a troll.
They're trying to troll us. Look.
No,
They're
this
fixing
is
the
a
body
dead
bag.
ass troll, bro.
Can you believe this?
Show me another Ukrainian recruiting. How they treat their people when they're recruiting. That's crazy.
That was a joke, right?
I don't know.
That was unbelievable.
Ukraine forced to war. Yeah, that's been perfect. This is how they recruit people. This is their pop. What's this guy doing? Press that one. Oh, another guy being dragged. Looks like someone getting dragged to war, right? Yeah, getting handcuffed. Time to go to war. Imagine a military officer comes up to you and takes
This
you to
right here
war.
wouldn't happen in America.
Why are we allowing it outside of America, though?
Because these people they don't have guns. We got guns.
I understand that, but I see what you're saying.
We got guns.
They can't rebel against what's
like
going
this,
on. Yeah.
this stuff that's going on right here.
I see. Okay.
Please.
Yeah,
Folks,
but this is the thing about it is we are giving the money to the country that's doing this, which means that when you give the amount of money we give to a country, you can't operate unless we agree on it.
We're not giving them money. We're washing money. Someone's
Thank you.
washing
Yes,
their money.
I'm sorry. Yeah, you're
Someone's out there washing money.
Taxpayer money.
Yeah, they're stealing from the taxpayer and they're washing it through Ukraine.
Military-industrial complex, Ukraine,
Yeah.
all the Zelensky scummy friends buying casinos, buying fucking mega yachts. What is this shit? You know what I mean? This is weird. Why? What's going on? Have you driven around LA? How shit these streets are? Our infrastructure is collapsing. Our people are on drugs.
It could be fixed just like that.
This thing is ruined. This thing's fault. It could be fixed so easily.
Yeah.
That's 100. Do you know about the rain bombs? Apparently, we spent $100 billion on rain bombs
To make it rain.
Please, you won't even believe it if I told you, man. Gavin Newsom said we had $100 billion surplus of cash, and we had to use it because of the rain bombs for the fucking gutters or whatever they're using it for.
Right.
You got to go on Twitter and do it. Yeah? Because the internet doesn't want you to know anything. Only Twitter does. It's funny. No, rain bombs, Gavin Newsom. Gavin. Yeah. There we go. Start from the beginning. Play it loud, please.
This dude is a joke.
He's the devil.
And he's got the look. He's got everything. Perfect hair.
Oh, he's going to be president.
Significant deficit in just a matter of a few years.
Well, it's, we can explain it. $349 billion of unprecedented capital gains, 11.6%, when traditional capital gains is around 5.18% on average. It's almost double. So you have massive volatility. You have requirements under Prop 2, the GAN You have requirements under Prop 98, which require that set aside. We use 93% of our surplus, which is, I want to be careful,
Yeah, be careful.
either on the higher end or without precedent for one-time purposes. So we anticipated, because we didn't want that surplus to go to ongoing commitments, we anticipated that shortfall. What we did
I don't even think he believes anything he's saying. I think
Of course he doesn't.
I think he's just like, I got to do it to get the power. The way I describe our government is a bunch of seals with, there's, imagine a mound in the ocean, like a little peaking mound in the middle of the ocean. And there's like 100 seals,
Right.
and they're just all trying to get
Right.
to be the top of the mound. That's
Right.
all it is.
This dude doesn't give a damn. He's like, hey, I got to tell
He's
him
scary.
something, so I'm going to tell him this.
Yeah.
Who gives a damn if they like it or not? Kind of like when he told us to put on the mask during COVID. And then he's over there just chilling, not wearing the mask.
Oh yeah, with his billionaire
Same
buddies.
thing. Hey, all I got to do is tell him something. As long as I tell him
playing
something.
golf,
Yeah,
smoking
yeah.
cigars,
Yeah.
eating caviar and oysters. I want some fucking
Yeah.
oysters,
Hey,
Gavin
hey,
Newsom.
You don't have to like my explanation, but this is my explanation. We have a surplus, and we're gonna divert all of those funds to rain bombs.
Little here, little there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And,
Right? Isn't that what happened?
And
Yeah,
so
yeah,
be
you're
it. 5% this and 5% that.
Show me. Literally, it says right there, Gavin Newsom explains why California went from 100 billion, go up, 100 billion surplus to a deficit.
Right.
It was the rain bombs.
Right.
Is what he
Right.
said.
Yeah.
Rain bombs, $100 billion.
Right.
You know what you can do for our school systems with $100 billion? You know what you could do for the low-income communities with $100 billion? You could take out these fucking liquor stores that are destroying these people. Like, you've seen, like, Boys in the Hood.
We can't do that. Now you're asking us.
Why are we having the meth pipe smoke shops only in the ghetto
Now
areas,
that's what we want.
ruining the community?
That's what we need a distraction. We need you focused on that while we snatch $100 billion and blame it on rain bombs. That's what we need. We need you distracted. We need those liquor stores so you guys can go over there and buy your liquor,
Get
fight
drunk.
each other, shoot each other.
Beautiful.
And be distracted.
Lottery tickets, gamble your bullshit away.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
All these shootings happen at gas
There you
stations,
go.
liquor stores, all this bullshit.
There you
Just
go.
to fuck them up.
There
You know
you
what I mean?
go.
Just to keep them selling raws and zigzags and all the rolling papers they need to get as high as they
All the
want.
alcohol you
it's all
want,
right
brother.
here, baby. Come on through. You know, I mean, we'll supply. We're the government. We'll make. I mean, it's not even the government, but it's the city.
Yeah.
The city can say we don't allow these businesses here. You know that, right?
But somebody's making money off of that.
No, yes, someone's making money off it, but also the city can say we don't want these types of businesses
Of
ruining
course
our
they could.
community. We want healthy businesses, local businesses. We want farm businesses, and that's the only type of licenses we're going to give here. But no.
We want all businesses.
Liquor store here, smoke shop there, weed dispensary there.
Why not?
1, 2, 3. Have you seen Gardena Boulevard over there?
Right.
Like you go to it's weed shop, liquor store, liquor
Yeah.
store, a shitty little hole in the wall place, and it's gangs just
Yeah,
everywhere, coming from
exactly.
all times of day, Samoans and Tongans and
Yeah.
and Hispanics.
Yeah.
You get there at the wrong time with fucking two people.
You might get jacked.
You might get in the crossfire,
Yeah.
let alone jacked.
Yeah.
You might get involved in some
Yeah, that's
shit you
exactly
don't
what we
to.
want. We need you distracted, and that's what's
Does
going
that
to keep
happen-
you distracted.
Does that happen in Beverly Hills or Orange County at all?
No, we don't want that there. What's wrong with you, man? How dare you?
Does that happen in Bel Air?
Of course not.
Does that happen up in Newport? Does that happen where Kim Kardashian lives in
Of course not.
Calabasas?
That's where we live.
That's in Calabasas. You see that all the
That's
time.
where we're talking about where you live. We want those things where you live.
Show me the drugged out Americans. You'll find in one of them. No, it's up top. I pulled it up. Yeah, you got to see. I mean,
Like Philadelphia.
Look at these. Look at the right here.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Look at this.
Press play.
Sweeping through America right now. Eerie footage coming out of Philadelphia shows crowds of people.
What are
slouched
they
over,
on,
still
man?
standing.
I don't know these.
That's
types.
that fentanyl, isn't it?
It's more than fentanyl. I think it's advanced fentanyl. It's super duper fentanyl something. I don't remember fentanyl being like this. I mean, I never did it, but it never looked like this. This is something new.
Commonly known as
Look at that.
it is known to place people into a zombie-like
What do you call it?
state
Crank?
where they are unable to move and seem to lose
Trank?
Oh my God.
People using the
Trank.
drug
I think they're mixing tranquilizer with the fentanyl.
animal. The drug causes infections of the limbs
Who's making those concoctions and selling it to the hood?
Causes infections of the limb.
Oh, you should see some of these infections.
Accidental hit of it.
You should see. Guys as skinny as you, their legs like that big. And it's about to fall off. Look at this guy. Look. Imagine the type of spina bifida and back issues they're going to suffer from this. You know what I mean? Their body's completely numb, just resting on all their bones and joints and shit.
Hey, this shit looks like insane yoga.
It looks like fucking. It looks like the future, and those are like the slums. You know, like
Damn.
What else we got? Let's see some. Oh, is this the? What do you think? Oh, the debate's tomorrow. Man, I wish I would have had you here tomorrow. We could have watched it live or something
Right.
like that.
Hey, but CNN might cancel you.
What do you mean? No, I'm not. Yeah, we can't watch it.
If you stream it live.
Oh, I also heard you can't even commentate.
You can't comment for sure. You can't do that. Definitely, they're doing they want to be the only ones to do the commentating, the analyzing. They want to tell you exactly what they feel is going on. Forget you thinking for yourself. No, we don't want any of that. We're gonna tell you how to think, what to think.
How hard do you think they're gonna rig it? 50-50, like
It's
60-40,
CNN.
70-30?
It's CNN.
70 Biden.
It's gonna be
100-0.
100-0.
No, they'll give Trump like 20%.
You'll see.
20%.
I mean, tomorrow's around the corner.
Dude.
You think they give a damn? These people don't give a damn, bro. They don't care what you think. They don't care what you think. They took the last election, bro. They took that shit like gangsters. Like, what y'all gonna do?
And call everyone criminals for storming the Capitals and throwing them in jail.
Exactly.
Throwing moms. You know, there was mothers thrown in jail who were just watching outside with a sign, participating.
Yeah, and it's coming out that the Democrats had a lot to do with that shit.
Oh, there was a bunch of the FBI couldn't even respond when they were asked in Congress, were there FBI agents among the crowd? They couldn't even respond
because they were inciting that
they
shit.
Were.
They were inciting it. They created it.
Let's go, guys. Yeah. Let's do it.
Kind of like Antifa.
Follow me.
Kind of like Antifa during that Black Lives Matter nonsense. You know? Yeah, okay, let's go.
Oh, wait. Did they get in trouble for anything? They burned down the entire country? I mean, God bless him. George Floyd died. He died terribly in a terrible way. But I mean, like burning down the whole country.
Speaking of George Floyd, he was gonna die anyway. Even if that dude didn't put his knee on his neck, he swallowed too much fentanyl.
That's what I thought too.
10
I think
times
he swallowed
the limit.
it.
Yeah, he was gonna die regardless.
Right? He was gonna get caught up and he swallowed it.
He was gonna expire regardless. So, yeah, the dude put his knee on his neck, bad practice or whatever. But
and it looked
that
bad
dude,
too. White cop, it looked really bad.
That dude was gonna die. He killed himself. He just didn't know it.
I have this theory, and I don't even like to talk about it, but it's definitely a theory. I have this feeling that they're going to stage some sort of false flag, and there's going to be some white cop, super white cop, who kills like an innocent black kid, and it's going to be like all over the place, and they're going to try to incite like a 2.0 type thing, because it's all about race for them. Mm-hmm. It's all they care about is race. They want us divided. Once the more they see whites and blacks and Hispanics together and mixing and realize, like, hey, we all fucking love food and we all love to have fun. Beautiful.
Can't have that. We need distractions.
We need them so separated, because it's divide and conquer.
Yeah. Once they start working together, then guess what? They focus on us, and we don't want that. If they're focused on us, then they're gonna start they're gonna start picking out all our inadequacies and all the things, all the side business that we're doing, Hunter Biden laptop and all that. Cause they're gonna start focusing on all these kinds of things, and then now we have an issue. But if we keep them separated, they'll be too busy squabbling amongst each other.
100%.
Then they will not be focusing
Palestine
on what
or
we're
Israel,
doing.
Ukraine or Russia. Pick something. Pick a side. What do you believe? Oh, climate change. Fuck climate change. You know what I mean? Of COVID vaccine. No COVID vaccine. Like, pick a side. Get on a team. Argue with the opposite team. Don't fucking look at us. Mm-hmm. Don't even look over here where your $200-300 billion is going.
Yeah, focus on your neighbor, bro. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hate thy neighbor. That should be the new thing in America. And, I mean, just like, look at what is this, Sun Innovation? Oh, wait, let's see this for the debate. This thing look kind of interesting, though.
If we go behind the podiums, you can see two green lights. When they're on, they signal to the candidate his microphone is on. When the green lights are off, they signal to the candidate his microphone is off. Now I want to give you a sense of what it will look like for viewers at home if a candidate whose microphone is off interrupts a candidate whose microphone is on. So I'm standing at one podium.
They're already preparing it.
Phil to come in and take the other podium. And so let's say I'm answering a question.
Well, they're going to ask him the most heinous, fucked up question to Trump. They're going to be like, why are you a rapist? And they're going to tell Biden, how can you fix things moving forward because you're so amazing and elderly?
Remains constant, while Phil's interruption can be difficult to understand.
So it'll just be muted. He's like, you can't hear him. He'll just be a babbling mouth. But Trump is smart, so he'll have things you can make out like, hey, stupid, you know what I mean? And then they're just going to block Trump out of the screen, put only Biden up there. I already know what they're doing.
Has shared this demonstration with the campaigns earlier today. And
Get them out of here. They're bitches. They don't even want RFK to be on there, both of them. Scaredy cats. RFK should be up there ripping them up.
Yeah.
On the COVID vaccine.
Yeah.
China is definitely laughing at us. Who is this person? Like, is it just a private or is this?
No. This guy is someone high in the military.
No way. Not that high.
Yeah,
Can't be that high.
This person is high.
They're definitely high.
Like a 2-3 star general type person, if I remember correctly.
They're definitely high on something.
Like some type of general.
That would be astonishing if that was the case. What's this? Despite courage and sacrifice, thousands of LGBTQI, there's an I now, plus service members were forced out of the military because of their sexual orientation or gender identity. I'm using my clemency authority to pardon certain former service members who were convicted simply for being themselves. I mean, okay. Not the worst thing he's done so far, I guess. What's this? The CEO of United Airlines? I can't wait to never fly United again. Let's see, play for a second.
What's up with the influx of stuff like this? Like all of a sudden, like within the past 2 years, it's like boom.
Well, it's
Zelensky.
Working. Well, it's working.
Yeah.
It's
Zelensky
working.
does this.
If you look at population numbers, what they're doing is working. This is exactly what they're doing. It's working. Population is going down. They're killing the nuclear family. They're killing the idea of mom, dad, 3, 4, 5 kids, dog, white picket fence. They're trying to demolish it so people don't strive to that, so they can get those kids who are a little bit on the fringe minority, which, in high school is tons of them, like on the outside fringe minority, and then brainwash them and indoctrinate them into this type of thing. And a lot of times these are kids with like first generation immigrant parents who like don't know what's going on, and it's like crazy. Not first generation. That doesn't happen a lot with first generation. What I'm saying is
their children.
It's just weak children. It's just like the children that are susceptible to this type of stuff. They absorb it and and then now they're gonna never have kids, and now it's less people having kids. And then you have parents right now who are using their kid as like a prop sometimes. Like, oh, my child is gay at 7. How do you know your child's gay at 7? You heard about this? You know what I'm talking about, right? There's all these famous actors and actresses who have 3 kids, and they're saying like all their kids are binary, all their kids are this, and it's like, what?
Like, it seems like some type of agenda. It started. It's the beginning of this was these movie stars, Charlize Theron, Madonna, all these people. Oh yeah, my son is actually a girl. That's when we start seeing it. That was the beginning of it, and then Obama. When Obama opened the floodgates, then this became more prominent, But
I'm worried about Julian Assange. What is it? What is this right here? What is he saying here?
This is old. He looks different now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, play it.
To completely subjugate Afghanistan. The goal is to use Afghanistan to wash money out of the tax bases.
It's every war.
Out of the tax bases of European countries through Afghanistan and back into the hands of a transnational security alliance. That is the goal, i.e. the goal is to have an endless war, not a successful war. Because the goal
not as successful. No wonder what they're doing to this guy, man. And then all the documents he pulled out, and then all the videos he got from like the Iraq war of just innocent killing and stuff like that. What's this? They cannot find one unvaccinated kid who is autistic. What? Let me hear this.
People
I
are
can't believe this.
totally unvaccinated. Is that like where do you find? Is it just the parents that stepped up and said? I would think that's a very small percentage because so many of us blindly followed, the recommendations to vaccinate children.
Yeah, it's less than 1% of the public. So the Amish are a perfect example of a large group of people who are largely unvaccinated. And there's no we can't find an autistic kid who was unvaccinated. It's very, very rare in the Amish community, very, very rare. You won't find kids with ADD, with autoimmune disease, with panda pans, with epilepsy. You just don't find any of these chronic diseases in the Amish. And the U.S. government has been studying the Amish for decades, but there's never been a report out to the public. The reason, of course, is it would show that, if you don't follow our guidelines, you're going to end up healthier. That's why there's no report after decades of studying the Amish. There's no report because the report would be devastating to the narrative. It would show that the CDC has been harming the public for decades and saying nothing and burying all the data.
Why in the world do we have virus bioweapon labs? Have you heard about this? Like these virus labs where we make these race-specific bioweapons. Race-specific. So what the fuck is that? Why is that even a thing?
Control.
Race. So then basically they could release a virus, let's say, that could kill, 3 and 4 people and not attack a certain group, like white people or something like that. Or they could release a virus that only kills people with black genome and Middle Eastern and stuff like that. Like they can release race specific. Right now they could do it and kill us all off. Mm-hmm. So why is this stuff even being studied? What if there's a fucking lab leak and this shit actually happens? This is some crazy stuff that they're playing with. They're it's like Icarus. They're trying to reach the sun. They're playing with fire. We're gonna all burn down with these motherfuckers. The vaccines, they're just poisoning us. Let's be real. It's poison in the body. It's just your body was poisoned. They're doing something, deteriorating the body. Maybe I heard it's genetically. It's
altering.
It makes the genetics moving forward have issues. So, why were we forced to take this? Why was Rachel Maddow on MSNBC every night calling everyone stupid and her the fucking king of right and telling us to get the vaccines and bringing on these idiot doctors who you should take the vaccine. It's really good for you. Oh, get your booster. Get your booster. How many boosters have you had? 4 or 5? People got 5 shots. People are still getting shots. People are still getting boosters to this day because they're nuts, some of them.
Yeah, that was the script she was given. So who's her boss? Who's making her say those things? Exactly. That's who we need to ask.
Well, it's big pharma. They wanted the money, but it's beyond big pharma. It's the damn elite who are working with big pharma to poison us. There's no reason for race-specific bioweapons. None of these things.
And you know what's crazy?
Yeah.
You can't even sue any of these companies.
No, you can't. You can't do anything. They'll destroy you.
Even if you come, no, it's not about them destroying you. You can't legally sue them.
Oh yeah, for vaccine injury. Yeah, for vaccine injury, you can't sue them. I mean, look at the opiate epidemic.
Yeah,
they caused that. They were giving people OxyContin for migraines. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. People didn't even see the signs until there was maniacs coming into the pharmacy begging for new prescriptions, sick as a dog on these opiates. So then they caused this opiate epidemic, so now people want it, and then opiates evolve into all these different fentanyls and stuff like that. So it's the poisoning of the human mind, it's the poisoning of our species, it's the poisoning of our country, and they're trying to make it generational so our kids suffer from it, and our kids suffer from it. But what this caused right now is an overcorrection. You know what I mean by an overcorrection? No. So they wanted to go so far left.
Right.
Now we can't even go to the middle with them. Now we're taking them all the way right.
Right.
So it's big overcorrection now, which is why you have someone like Trump who's going to be probably president because he's an overcorrection to their insanity. Mm-hmm. You guys don't want normalcy. We're going to get someone who's really going to shake things up. Does that make sense? Yeah.
I like Trump as the overcorrection, but it starts to bother me when I see all these movie stars starting to jump on the team. Wherever there's smoke, there's fire. Wherever these movie stars
Are you talking about Robert De Niro?
No, he doesn't like Trump.
I know Mark Hamill and Robert De Niro.
I'm talking about all the other ones that are all of a sudden pro Trump. Movie stars are not pro.
50 Cent's pro Trump, I think.
He's a businessman.
Yeah, all the businessmen are pro Trump.
And did he really say I am pro Trump?
Well, listen.
He's insinuating. Listen, but he hasn't come out and said it.
Every rapper is for Trump, but the problem is they understand their base and their audience. And they're going to have a lot of anti-Trump audience.
Right.
And then when you mix in the politics with your art, they won't distinguish it. They'll just mix it all together, say this is how this fool thinks. I never want to hear his art anymore. Then any song you're in, they hate it because they know you're anti the person they like. So politics goes beyond art, in my opinion. You know, like it'll completely influence everything. Now how you look, like Taylor Swift, you know, her look is now fully like left Democrat, whatever, like left is best no matter what.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then the right, you know, we have all the businessmen, Dana White. We have like people, but like Dana White's the one who's out there. But like the ones who aren't out there, in my opinion,
right.
Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's for Trump, 100%. I can just feel it because he's working with Dana White in the WWE.
Just 4 years ago, he was.
But then he started working with Dana White,
right?
And then he got like a chair on the board of WWE and like some big company with Dana White. So he's working with them.
Right.
So now he's going to be influenced by their politics and follow suit because he realizes, all right, these guys are maniacs in Hollywood. I need to probably step away and become a businessman, which is smarter. He makes so much more fucking money doing like selling his tequila and just being a businessman. The guy's...
Or he's just following the script he was given.
You know, you think he's a little plant or something like that?
There's no telling, man. Like...
The actors are tricky. That's why you say Terrence Howard. That's why you say Terrence Howard. That's tricky as well.
It's tricky. That's why I need someone credible.
Well, no, we're gonna get it.
Sit down with him.
We're gonna get it.
You know what I mean?
The amount of hype and drama it caused online, we're definitely gonna. I can see it soon.
I'm looking forward to it, man. I want someone credible, some physicist to sit down with him, and debunk everything he's talking about. I want to see that.
Imagine I don't like this phone. What is this? Imagine we build a nest. Wait, what is this? Imagine we build a nest for birds and made architecture with the needs of animal in mind. That's kind of a cool idea. Like imagine like the high school. We had like a bunch of like bird baths everywhere and like nests for the birds. So then these students can be amongst nature.
Right.
You know, like our school was a concrete jungle. It felt like.
But the creators of this system, they had a different idea in mind. The idea was to give you as minimum as possible, teach you enough so you can enter the workforce and fall in line and work for us. That's what school...
Enslavement.
Not tech...
Well, I mean, it's enslavement...
I get what you're trying to say.
It's enslavement of the human spirit.
Yes.
Because you're no longer allowed to flourish with intellect and gaining knowledge, because the only thing we should be doing is searching for knowledge till the infinite amount of knowledge we can get, right? Knowledge is the cure, knowledge is the key,
right?
But then there's other people who have enough knowledge but they don't care too much about knowledge. They care more about power,
right?
Those are the scary ones, because power, it's like the Lord of the Rings concept, you know, like once you have the ring, you're that's it. You know, you're completely corrupted by power. No one can handle power. You know, no one can handle power.
Yeah.
Power, in my opinion, is something that has to be given to someone.
Right.
You know, not someone working to get it.
Right.
You know, like like you have to be chosen for the position from proving yourself without even wanting to do it.
Or you're just born into that lineage. Like the Rothschild.
Oh yeah, those guys, man. Those you know the thing about the Rothschilds is no one really knows how much money they have.
Exactly.
No one really
These
knows.
are the same people we're talking about.
No one really knows what they. I mean, the stuff they were connected to with World War II. I mean, I'm pretty sure one of the biggest reasons World War II started was because of some sort of banking issue.
And the First World War as well.
Yeah, because they were running the banks.
Yeah,
Rothschild banks.
They were funding both sides. They fund both sides.
Yeah, of course they were funding both sides. Yeah, they still do. Look at how many American companies were literally funding all that stuff, like Ford and stuff like that. I mean, they were funding big time World War II, and it was getting out of hand.
Yeah,
you know, and then they saw it as there's blowback now. They thought it was to battle the Soviets. You know, like, oh, we're going to use them as a proxy, like how we're using Ukraine. So we're going to use them as a proxy to battle the Soviets. But what ended up happening was they flipped and took Europe, because they said, if we could take Europe, then maybe we can defend and take both eventually. But they couldn't beat the Russian bear. Dude, the Russians...
That cold.
Dude, like 30 million people died from the Russians.
That cold, man. That cold.
Yeah. How many Russians died in World War II, and how many Americans died in World War II? Let me just see the difference real quick. And then this is not to take away credit from our veterans, but people should obviously know, you know, how much of these Russians died in World War II, probably, you know, in like assisting us. The Soviet Union, which included Russia, suffered the highest number of fatalities of any country in World War II, with estimates ranging from 22 to 27 million deaths.
God damn.
All right, that's the Russians.
Includes both military and civilian death from all war related.
Yeah, and then let's look at the U.S. right now. You know, and then are you serious? There's no way that's true. According to sources, the United States suffered 416,800 military and civilian deaths in World War II. What's however this casually estimates? Expand on it. Go up. Press the arrow. Oh wait, that's crazy. Am I?
Now this is Google, right?
Wait, no way. How many Americans died? How many U.S.
Are they?
Is this right? Okay, let's say that's right. I thought it was a few million.
It is Google.
I thought it was a few million, actually.
It is Google.
But look how many of them died.
But it is Google.
And we're over here starting a war on their border, just poking at them, fucking with them for no... Like, why are we fucking with these guys? Let's all just make money and be happy and live like good civilization.
Be happy? All of us make money?
Yeah, I know.
No. I'll make money and you can work for me. That's the only way it's going to be.
It's the breakaway civilization.
Power, like you
That's
said.
Right. It's all about the power, and it's about the breakaway civilization. See, this is one thing I you know, we could end it on this after, but the one thing that I truly think is happening is there are people at the top who are wanting to live forever. And in order to live forever, you're not going to have, you know, you can't have 8 billion people living forever. And having babies. So they have to have a controlled number. You know? Has to be a controlled number. But they're using us to mine this cobalt, to mine these machines, these quantum computers, to build this AI.
Adrenochrome.
Have you seen some of the cobalt mining in Africa, what it looks like?
With all the little kids mining, yeah.
It looks insane.
It's a war zone.
Type it in real quick. Let's take a look at the cobalt mining in Africa. Man, people are like an inch away from each other, like packed. It's like a concert. Like they're all trying to get a little bit of cobalt. All the fumes coming from the ground and all the
going right through their paws through their skin.
What's this? Cobalt mining? Is this a kid? Oh my god. Yeah, I mean, these are scenes that almost have not changed in Africa since we remember, right? Like, this stuff is still going on in Africa. We're allowing this because we're using them as our resources. It's like a base of resources.
But the thing is, out of mind, out of sight. If people aren't exposed to this on a daily basis, to see this happening all the time, they won't. No,
but they're exposed to Ozempic commercials.
Yes.
Right, that's what matters.
See, something like this, you rarely see it. You rarely see it in America. You don't see it.
It is used by Apple, Samsung, and major automakers.
Yeah.
Wait, what does this play it? Let me hear it.
It's the mineral that they're mining.
It is used by Apple, Samsung, and major automakers. Look at this, dude. Look at their hands, bro.
Yeah.
Let me see something else. There's this one little video I want to show you. It's mind blowing. Keep going. Scroll. It just looks like 1,000 people inside the fucking pit, like mining.
Yeah, the video. I think I know the video.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, that guy. He was lucky to sneak that video out of there. He was on a Joe Rogan podcast. I remember this fella you're talking about.
Yes, that's right. That's right. He was on Joe Rogan. And that's crazy. Imagine going out there to get that footage and bring it back.
I bet you he wouldn't be going back.
Oof, no way he's not going
All
back
fits
there.
his head.
Oh yeah, they're definitely looking for him or something like that. Oh
yeah, see?
my
so
god.
Look at that. Cobalt mines in the Congo, where thousands of Africans work in extreme heat and dangerous conditions for pennies. In America, we call that illegal. But Biden, AOC, call that the Green New Deal. But children halfway around the world are the ones paying the price. They spend all day covered in toxic chemicals to make your electric car. Mothers with newborn babies strapped to their chests are mining in dark pits. Biden would never let this happen in America because you actually have to pay American workers a decent wage. And then the Green New Deal gets more expensive, and it's already too expensive. But since this is in Africa, we don't hear about it. And we don't think anybody should buy an electric car without knowing that this happens. Siddhartha Kara, author of Cobalt Red, How the Blood of the Congo Powers Our Lives, joins us. If anybody knew that children in Africa were digging into mineral pits for pennies day and night, I don't think they'd buy a Tesla. Do you think AOC would buy that car again if she knew that?
Oh. But why are they attacking electric cars only? It's tons of different technology.
They use it mainly to build the batteries.
That's true. But I feel like they're going after them a little bit because the automakers who sell gas, you know what I mean? Like they're always after each other.
Yeah, these cobalt is.
Look at that, brother.
You shot this video. What was that like?
Where are you stepping? I mean, just over people?
This was a hellscape. I mean, you don't imagine scenes like that exist in the 21st century. I thought as I neared that ridge and looked into that pit, I had been warped back centuries into colonial times, seeing thousands and thousands of people.
You think that's what it looked like when they were building those pyramids?
And chiseling and hacking,
interesting. Possibly. Could be, honestly. I mean, how long could it have...
And China's in Africa.
I mean, when you look at scenes like this amount of people working together on something, I mean, yeah, you can kind of picture it, but these stones were too heavy. There's no way to pick up these stones, and some of these stones were taken 500 miles away.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And the irony here in this video that we just saw, these big countries like America, China, they could send machinery over there.
Oh, we can send everything over there.
And mine that with the machines and split it with the people 60-40.
Oh,
they can keep because it's their machine.
Yeah, of course.
Keep 60 and give the people 40.
And then they can buy better equipment, be healthier. Focus on their health. You know what I mean?
We're not gonna do that. We want 100%. Actually, you know what? We'll give you 99.9, and then you can have the 0.01.
What country have we touched that's not European that just became successful once we helped them out?
Once America helped them out?
Yeah, like is there a country out there besides the European country that became successful and never had issues
after being colonized?
Yeah, not even colonized, but just like being overthrown by us because we overthrow governments, basically, right? Like if your government, this is how it works. If you're running it, we know every election that's taking place across the world, right? We know the ones who are saying, well, we don't want American help, we want Chinese and Russian help, so we immediately go for the other guy, and then we assist them, say, yo, we're gonna get you in, get ready for it,
right?
So this is what we've been doing forever. And in some countries, it's too big to where it doesn't work like Iran anymore. You know, like we tried to overthrow the Iran and like we implemented the Shah.
Right.
But it didn't work out. And like the saddest one in my opinion is Afghanistan. Like, okay, Iraq, yes, Iraq was disgusting, but Afghanistan, that was such a long, grueling fight. Look at the IEDs. There's like a video in there. It's like IEDs blowing up by these guys in Afghanistan, like driving. Imagine being in Afghanistan, just being like you're 22, Marine in Afghanistan in a Humvee, middle of nowhere, and an IED just blows your fucking Humvee 300 feet in the air.
Yeah, insane
stuff. And then I just don't understand why we're sending people to this type of stuff. Like, what were we doing there? Were we liberating someone? We weren't. Well, were we looking? Well, we want to defeat the Taliban. The Taliban. Well, it looks like the Taliban won.
Nah, man.
Right? And have you seen the airport when we left? Did you see the images? Let's pull up an image of the airport. Oh my God.
Look at the
IEDs in Afghanistan. Oh, that's a bad IED. Here, go to the video. Is there a video? Jesus. Imagine that thing that's blows up right next to your fucking car. You're in the middle of a foreign country. You're in the middle of a foreign fucking country. Afghanistan, nonetheless. And now that thing just blew up. You don't know what else is going on. No wonder they come back fucking insane.
Yeah, war is good for no one.
No, you can't send young kids to experience this type of stuff and expect them to come out, oh, we're perfectly normal.
Without any...
Yeah. Don't need any pills or alcohol.
Without any therapy, too. None of these kids...
Play some stuff for me, please.
Get adequate therapy to...
Afghanistan airport. Oh, look at this.
That's it right there.
Widescreen it.
I remember seeing this.
The last American plane leaving everyone behind to die. All these people who helped them out, tipping them about where IEDs were or where soldiers are, you know, helping them out, thinking they would maybe help them out in return and take care of them or bring them back to America. They're being left behind right here. These are mostly people who are helping out the American military.
You know, I met...
Cooking for them, all this stuff, sanitation.
I met some of the guys that came from Afghanistan.
Look at them on the side of the...
Yeah, yeah.
See if you can see some people falling off. I mean, did people fall off? People fell off, right? Like one or two?
I met some of these guys 2 years ago.
Who?
Some of these guys from Afghanistan.
That were in this situation, that were here at this time?
That were brought over. I met some at this hotel that I was in when I was in San Diego. My kids were in the regional finals in preparations for the Junior Olympics.
Yeah.
So the hotel that we were at housed a whole bunch of refugees. Yeah.
Did you talk to any of them a little bit more in depth? What
I mean, nothing deep. I mean, I didn't want to be in their business. I didn't want to be in their business. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, we all know how they got there, why they were there, because, you know, the kids will ride their bicycle, and then they'll see me. They'll be like, "Hey, what's up?" You know, "Hey, how you guys doing?" And then I had a feeling they were Afghani, and then one of the older men, you know, maybe in his 30s, he was walking by. I said, "Hey, how you doing, man? You from Afghanistan?" He was like, "Yeah, this is nice to meet you, blah, blah, blah," you know. And, yeah, they were refugees from Afghanistan. Right before those planes left.
Yeah. Dude, Afghanistan has been through so much war with the Russians and then with the Americans and then just with the Taliban. And those people
they're relentless.
Dude, they have suffered through some crazy stuff.
But they're tough as nails.
Yeah. Oh, when the apocalypse happens, they're surviving.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's the beauty of it. When the meteor hits, those types of people are going to be the ones who make it out alive. And we're going to be all toast because none of us can work together. We're all going to be shooting each other with our single-shot California guns.
we have the ability. We have the ability to work together. It's just outside forces continues to tear us apart.
But they look at you like crazy. Like if you literally tell people, "Hey guys, we need to band together and stay strong. We don't know what kind of tough times can happen." You know, and you start saying stuff like that, and you start unifying people. See, that's the issue. If you're a unifier, you're a dead man.
You might get shot.
You're a dead man if you're a unifier. Because if you bring people together all in a circle and you tell them, "Hey, let's not look at all these outside things. Let's not look at all this division. We're one people right here. Now let's look straight up at what's going on. Let's look straight up at what's going on." And then that's when you're done.
They don't want you looking straight up.
Oh, no, they don't. And they'll do it. Nowadays, it's insane with the internet. Like, they'll raid your house and they'll put child porn on your computer. You know, like they'll say, "Oh, we got tons of emails from him with underage minors all of a sudden out of nowhere. Just he's talking to underage minors now, or he's raped some girl in like the 70s, in the 80s. Like, what's up with this E. Jean Carroll case? How do you get $80 million for that?
Yeah.
How do you get $80 million when you look like a fucking witch, wicked witch of the West, and you go out there and you say, "Oh, rape is sexy, and I have a book, and I have a cat named Pussy, and I live in the fucking forest, and I'm free. Oh, Rachel Maddow, how do you want to spend the money Trump gave me?" Like, disgusting type of people, and that's an American president.
Yeah,
then I don't like. Wow,
we want to look at which political party put these judges, these senators, into the position that they're in. So now, when it's time for this type of case, what do you think the judge is going to do? Whose side is he going to be on? Of course.
Well, these Soros judges, yeah, like you see, like the Soros judges who are just letting out insane people. Letting out all these people who are obviously going to go right back out, commit more crimes. Just let them out.
We need them to commit more crimes.
And also, we need to let them out because we don't want to report high crime. See, that's the beauty of destroying the entire police, which is what they're doing. That's the beauty of defunding all these ground level local law enforcement places that like enforce this type of stuff and constantly, crime is high because we're actually enforcing it.
Right.
If they enforce crime exactly as they should, if they enforce crime the way they did 15 years ago, 15 years ago, it'd be crazy. You know what I mean? People would be getting arrested left and right. You make a wrong turn, arrested. You know, cops on every corner. You know what I mean? Cops used to just destroy people all the time. They used to have it, no, abide by the law, don't fuck around.
Yeah.
And no one had their window cracked 2 inches and was recording them. Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Like, this is like a new phenomenon thing.
Defund the police.
And then these police are getting absolutely demolished, man. They can't
defund the police.
I have a police lieutenant coming soon on the podcast, and he's retired.
Okay.
But he's gonna get on. He wants to get in on all the stuff that I'm talking about, like the defunding the police. He was telling me. He was telling me that there was these MS-13 gang 18th Street gang members.
Okay.
And they were arrested on like some methamphetamine and abduction charges. Like apparently they abducted some girl.
Okay.
I don't know exactly how it worked out, but they were released the next day.
Of course.
They went and abducted the girl and killed her. The same girl.
Yeah.
And it's like,
no witnesses, my brother. No witnesses.
It's like, what?
Yeah, no witnesses.
Who let him out?
They got bond.
Who let out a guy who's fucking coming in? His eyes are like cracked on meth. Yeah, you're gonna go in 24 hours. Yeah, you know, go out there, get your fix, return to a crazy
bond.
man.
Well, once they get bonded out, they can go do whatever they want.
If you come, I truly believe if you come to jail, right, and you are hooked on drugs, you need to be rehabilitated, but rehabilitated well.
Rehabilitated? We don't even rehabilitate our veterans. Not talk about rehabilitate some civilian.
Have you seen the condos they're building in LA for the homeless?
No.
Oh my God.
Condos?
Yeah, they're building these hotel towers, right? And it's condos for the homeless that apparently they're going to use to rehabilitate homeless. And apparently each one's could be worth like $600,000 each one of these apartments. It's a massive thing.
You're going to rehabilitate homeless.
Now at noon, a big grand opening in downtown LA Skid Row as the region's largest homeless housing complex is officially inaugurated. Thanks for joining us for the KTLA News at noon. I'm Glenn Walker.
Isn't that the high rise the Chinese fellow was working on and went bankrupt or something like that, and then he had to abandon? No. That's not the one? No. Okay.
$600K per unit. So I would be cool with this if this was strictly for homeless veterans. You know what I mean?
This is another one of those moves that they do, like that, the rain bomb. Each one of those condos is probably $10,000, but they're gonna charge you $600K. Just like I remember back in the times of the Iraq War, they were charging the American people like for a wrench $5,000 for a $5 wrench.
What do you mean? Where were they charging?
During the war, man? Like Halliburton and people like that, companies like that.
Oh,
they would charge the American taxpayers.
Yes, I understand.
Like $5,000 for a $5 wrench.
Dude, see if you can find the video.
You know what I'm saying?
Type in 90,000 or shit. I don't know. It's something about these like lug nuts. It was like these little machine stamped lugs, right? It was like this little, just like a stainless steel thing with a hole in it. Machine stamped, nothing special.
Yeah.
He was carrying a bag of it, one of the senators, and he said, "This thing, I can get it done for $3-4.
Yeah.
This whole bag."
Yeah.
The government apparently was paying for it $90,000.
Yeah.
I'm not even joking.
Yeah. Hey, that just said 278 units. That's 278
expensive
units.
Military spending.
278 units times $600K. That's how much we're talking about.
How much do you think they charge for a bullet in the Army? Probably like $10 a pop.
And the dollar's what? 50 cents.
Oh yeah. I mean, listen, all the ARs they have, I mean, like you can find them for under $1,000. They probably charge the military $5K for those ARs. Who
Easy.
knows? Each 82 cost $4,000. That's 20 What's the MK82? What's the MK82? Oh, it's a missile. All right. Go back. Okay, let's see how much this shit costs here. So each MK82 costs 4,000. That's 20 million. Each MK84 costs 16,000. That's 90 million. Each be 40 million, 2 million, 90 million. That's 240 million in aerial bombs to Israel to, I guess, kill more Palestinian innocent people and Hamas as well, if they can get them amongst them. It's gonna. I mean,
this 278 units.
Yeah.
600K each unit. How much is that? That's a couple of $100 million.
I think they're trying to use it as like a rehabilitation center to bring homeless in, get them good, and send them out. Though
I understand, but 600K per unit.
That's
278 units.
Yeah. You could buy a bunch of houses.
That's a couple of $1 billion.
You could buy a bunch of dope houses side by side in like the desert or something like that, and make a homeless rehabilitation.
You could build an entire community for the homeless.
Oh yeah, you could.
An entire community for that kind of price.
What
278 units.
Downstairs. Meantime, we are on the 19th floor terrace. Take a look at the views from this building. This is in the heart of Skid Row, which many people associate with homelessness. But here, this is an affordable housing building that will shelter people, provide permanent homes for people who have experienced homelessness in the past. Permanent supportive housing for people, as I mentioned, 278 apartments. This is near 6th and San Pedro. They're furnished with central heat and air, fully equipped kitchens, amenities like a gym, with wraparound social service.
Honestly, that's perfect for this. That was a perfect amount of time. This is probably the longest podcast we did right here. Solid.
$166 million.
$166 million for what?
The total price of that unit. Those units?
No, it's not.
600K.
Wait, what was the math?
Times 278.
278 units?
278 units times 600.
278 units, like the Burj Khalifa we talking. Known as the Weingart Tower, has 278 units. What? But like, are they like fucking little pockets? How can it be
600K per unit?
Holy shit! But that doesn't make sense. How big are these things? 1 bedroom, 1 bath? Like they have to be studios.
Why
right?
does it have to be 6? Do you understand? I can buy a bunch of houses for 600K.
What was the number you just had right?
166,800,000.
Well, there's something with well, they're funneling taxpayer money through there.
Yeah. That's the point. That's the point.
They're funneling taxpayer money through there.
That's the point. It's madness. They're just throwing money away. This is madness.
No, keep it going. Wait, you guys still going?
I'll keep it going, but I'll just let it die.
Dude, forget it. At the end of the day, through all the stuff we've talked about, the only thing that I really think about right now is let's say Trump doesn't win. Let's say Trump doesn't win. This whole Russia war gets bigger. This whole Israel war gets bigger. Start going to Lebanon. They start going to Syria. Iran gets involved. Then China's gonna go into Taiwan. If Trump doesn't win, China's going into Taiwan, 100%. Right. They're just waiting for the election to see what's gonna happen.
Right.
You know, even Russia is postponing the insanity they're ready to start until our elections.
They're waiting for someone logical to talk to.
They're like giving us like, all right, you guys are idiots right now. We'll fucking keep you grounded. You know, like we literally just bombed their beach the other day with a cluster bomb. You see that? Like, what the hell?
Hey, but that was a response to J.P. Morgan getting approximately 30 million of their dollars confiscated by Putin. After that happened was when all this cluster stuff started falling on the innocent.
Imagine getting your money. No, listen. They stole their money, and they're actually sending the interest on their money. Look, they said this. They stole their money, and the interest on their money from like Canada or something, or like the EU that they have there, they send it to Ukraine. They're sending their money to fight against to like their enemy, like just to spit in their fucking like right on your fucking people. Like what are we telling the world here, like, we want enemies. It's all about the enemies, the divide, enemies. There's always got to be a good and evil. It can never just be perfectly good, because the forces of power need the suffering of others to stay in power. You know what I mean? They're like the cushion under them. That's how they sit comfortably. I've always said this is this whole thing is like a chessboard, right?
Yes.
Basically, you said they're playing 5D chess. They're 20 years ahead of us. I agree. But who's carrying the chessboard? See, people say, oh,
our backs.
That's right. People say, oh, we're pawns. We're not pawns. We're not that great to be pawns. Pawns are like smaller nations. You know what I mean? We're the people. We are carrying it on our backs.
We're the foundation.
Yes, exactly. And I wonder when the time's going to come where the people's backs just give out and they just drop the chessboard on them and they say, what the fuck are you guys going to do now?
Once that happens, then you will have the Black Plague.
Martial law? Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying.
Fuck a martial law.
Yeah.
You will have
diseases.
Yes.
Bioengineered
exactly.
diseases.
That's when they're going to drop those to keep y'all occupied once again. Right? Your Gen Z,
Find me something on Bill Gates before we end it real quick. I want to show you something.
Bill Gates and his fruits and his disgusting.
So the
fruits.
biolabs now in Ukraine are compromised because of the war, I guess, and they had to move them. Guess where they moved them?
Where?
Africa.
Of course.
So they can test them on the poor people over there.
Of course.
For some mysterious reason, in the past few months, there's been loads of videos popping up all over social media of people buying what looks like fake food. It all started just a couple of weeks ago in the United States when several people started noticing that there was something off about the watermelon that they were buying on the supermarkets.
So I got this watermelon up, and I like to rinse my
Probably some weird GMO in it, right?
and it's like...
Nah, this is beyond GMO. This is manufactured.
Well, yeah, they can make all this stuff. I mean...
Oh my gosh.
What is it? Show me.
It's got gas in it.
That's weird. Maybe there could be something going on in there.
Watermelon from the supermarket.
All right, this isn't selling me enough. This is kind of ridiculous. Where's Bill Gates talking though? I want to hear him talking about the type of awesome stuff he's doing. Bill Gates, AI. Here, type in. Yes, here. Bill Gates getting involved in AI is the scariest thing ever to me. Why does he need to be involved in vaccines and viruses, and now he needs to be involved in AI? Isn't that just someone who's a maniac who wants full global control?
It seems he's just the face. He's the face of the true
well, he's being
perpetrator.
Puppeteered.
He's the face of the true perpetrator.
Like this, do you worry that we're seeing bubble valuations? You know, I'm not a...
He's like a
I'm
Fauci.
not a buyer and seller of tech stocks.
You know, Fauci, I think, is going to go to jail if Trump wins.
He ain't going nowhere, man.
He's protected, huh?
He's been doing this for 40 years, 50 years. Lying to us. We're just recently finding out that he's been lying. He's been doing this for years.
There's this video I want to show you.
Show me.
And you're going to type in Alex Jones, Joe Rogan. Oh, just type it in. Maybe we'll find it. Okay, I think it's that one right there, where he has his hand like this.
The elite are all about transcendence and living forever and the secrets of the universe, and they want to know all this. Some are good, some are bad, some are a mix. But the good ones don't ever want to organize. The bad ones tend to want to organize because they lust after power. Powerful consciousnesses don't want to dominate other people. They want to empower them, so they don't tend to get together until things are really late in the game. Then they come together. Evil's always defeated because good is so much stronger. And we're on this planet, and Einstein's physics showed it, Max Planck's physics showed it, there's at least 12 dimensions. And now that's why all the top scientists and billionaires are coming out saying it's a false hologram. It is artificial. The computers are scanning it and finding tension points where it's artificially projected and gravity's bleeding in to this universe. That's what they call dark matter. So we're like a thought or a dream that's a wisp in some computer program, some God's mind, whatever. They're proving it all. It's all coming out. Now, there's like this sub-transmission zone below the third dimension that's just turned over to the most horrible things, is what it resonates to. And it's trying to get up into the third dimension that's just a basic level consciousness to launch into the next levels.
What is this
Now, our
fucking
species
music?
is already way up at the fifth, sixth dimension, consciously our best people. But there's this big war trying to like basically destroy humanity because humanity has free will and there's a decision to which level we want to go to. We have free will, so evil's allowed to come and contend, not just good. And the elites themselves believe they're racing using human technology to try to take our best minds and build some type of breakaway civilization where they're going to merge with machines, transcend, and break away from the failed species that is man, which is kind of like a false transmission because they're thinking what they are is ugly and bad, projecting it onto themselves instead of believing, no, it's a human test about building us up. And so Google was set up 18, 19 years ago. I knew about this before it was declassified. I'm just saying I have good sources. That they wanted to build a giant artificial system. And Google believes that the first artificial intelligence will be a supercomputer based on the neuron activities of the hive mind of humanity with billions of people wired into it with the Internet of Things. And so all of our thoughts go into it, and we're actually building a computer that has real neurons in real time that's also psychically connected to us, that are organic creatures, so that they will have current prediction powers, future prediction powers, a true crystal ball. But the big secret is, once you have a crystal ball and know the future, you can add stimuli beforehand and make decisions that control the future. And so then it's the end of consciousness and free will for individuals, as we know, and a true 2.0 in a very bad way, hive mind consciousness with an AI jacked into everyone, knowing our hopes and dreams, delivering it to us, not in some PKD wirehead system where we plug in and give up on consciousness because of unlimited pleasure, but because we were already wired in and absorbed before we knew it by giving over our consciousness to this system. Our
Absorbed in right here.
Neuralink too.
Yeah, we're fully absorbed in.
A larger system. There's now a human counterstrike taking place to shut this off before it gets fully into place and to block these systems and to try to have an actual debate about where humanity goes and cut off the pedophiles and psychic vampires that are control of this AI system before humanity.
Bro, this is it. I mean, we're in the brink of war right now. It's the war of AI. Who gets control of AI gets control of the future right now. Okay, you can either have minds like Bill Gates and those guys get control, or you have minds like Elon Musk get control. And that's where it stands as it is, and it's becoming scary. And that's another reason why they were so against Elon Musk getting his $40-50 billion pay package, in my opinion, is because he's going to invest so much into AI and try to get ahead of them.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So the war on AI is taking place right now. In 50 years from now, we're going to look back at this time as like the brink of AI. Is the turning point of humanity. This is going to be bigger than the car. This is going to be bigger than any invention, bigger than electricity probably, and in our eyes. It's going to be crazy. We're going to have... restaurants are going to be completely automated.
Yeah.
You're going to go in, there's going to be almost no one there, just like a few machinists.
Yeah. I hear OpenAI and Apple are working together to develop the next level in ChatGPT.
That's scary. All right, let's just hope nothing happens. Until next time, hopefully we make it, right?
We will see.
Next